Shivaji Maharaj's life is a story.
Right.
How do you decide कि मैं जो फिल्म बनाऊंगा उसमें मैं ये एपिसोड डालूंगा?
बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, बहुत सारे पहलू हैं उनके बारे में जिनके ऊपर एक अलग ही फिल्म बन सकती है. वॉर के ऊपर अलग फिल्म बन सकती है, उनके एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के ऊपर एक अलग फिल्म बन सकती है, उनके स्ट्रेटेजी पर अलग फिल्म बन सकती है, या एक इवेंट पर ही आप ठहराव के साथ एक अलग फिल्म बना सकते हैं. तो ऑफ कोर्स बहुत सारी फिल्में बन सकती है.
इतने टाइप के डायरेक्टर जब भी कोई भी, टू बी फेयर टू एवरीवन, कोई भी डायरेक्ट करता है, there's so much on them, you know, they lose their temper, everybody has phases, there's the creative zone when they go into. What is he like when he's taking all these roles?
I think he just doesn't have to be disturbed. So I think the only time I'm more mature than Riteish is the time that he's directing. Because I just don't call him.
You all are the first big film that's coming after the Dhurandhar.
Yeah.
And people say कि अब audience बिगड़ चुका है, उनको यही quality चाहिए.
One has to be really cognizant of the changes happening around.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot blind yourself to the changes. And when something really works, and something as fantastic as Dhurandhar 1 or Dhurandhar 2, and there is a different narrative, different stories, telling style, different approach, and a new hero, new kind of a hero. So it's always welcome, right?
Yeah.
You feel thrilled about it.
What was your imagination if he plays Shivaji Maharaj?
Riteish is very good with certain things. He will not be okay with, you know, a lot of things unless he's satisfied. So I think that kind of trust was always there with him.
You also play a role in this.
Yeah.
What is that day like when both of you is directing? You have done that before.
Yeah, we've done that before. Riteish, as a director, if I'm acting opposite him and he's not happy with me, he'll start showing it. Like, he makes these
You understand it first.
Yeah, I'm like, stop it, I'm your actor now. But no, it's great being directed by him.
We all see just that much. What is that biggest strength that you think Genelia has as an actor?
I think her conviction and her belief and her understanding of her craft.
Riteish, Genelia, welcome to Bollywood Hungama. Very, very excited to do this interview.
Thank you
Thank you.
so
I'm
much.
equally
Thank
excited.
you. Yes,
Right.
it's always a pleasure doing an interview with you.
Thank you so much. You know, you wear so many hats, especially for this. Was there ever a discussion between you all ki should I do all these things or should I get someone else to act? Should I get someone else to direct maybe? Should we get someone else to produce? Or you all were okay taking all these responsibility, and how and why?
So, primarily the thought began 10 years ago to do a film on Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. And because we were just in discussion, and earlier, you know, we started with Ravi Zada, who was going to direct. We announced the film. Unfortunately, that conversation didn't take ahead. I mean, our efforts didn't reach where we wanted it to, and then it fizzled out. Then a few years later, in 2019, we got in touch with Nagaraj Manjure, and we decided to do this together. Then COVID happened, and things fizzled out. And post-Wade in 2022, Genelia, we actually wanted to make this film a long time ago.
But yeah, we were always producing it.
Acha, you all always.
Yeah.
And then eventually when Genelia decided that, she said, you know, you've been part of this for a very long time. Why don't you yourself direct it, think of directing it? I said, I don't think I can do this, you know. So she said, you know, you've done Wade, but you know, this is different. Then she gave me a nice idea. I said, do one thing. Why don't you sit and write the film? See how you feel about it. Do not put yourself there as a director, but think of it as because I had written Wade as an adapted screenplay. But this was all new screenplay. We got the team together. He says, set up your team, spend some time, see the material. And I think that kind of partner is very important, who really inspires you to, because I had the experience of directing a film. Wade had happened. And post that, then for some time, we just went into writing it, feeling it. And after some time, I just felt like, okay, I felt more confident every day of pushing this where I wanted it to be. And yeah, this directorial journey for this film started thanks to Genelia.
Right. Tell me, you gave him that push which was needed. Why did you think that, you obviously know him best.
Yeah.
He will be doing so many things for this
Yeah.
one project.
Yeah.
You tell me, one, what is he like when he's doing that, and why was your decision of pushing him to do this?
No, sometimes I think it's just the other person that helps you see what you want to see, right? Like, which helps you believe that you can do it. And sometimes just being that strong support. Like, I think the toughest part is taking it on to say I will direct or that I will do it, and he was so passionate about what he was doing and he wanted to make this come what may. Like, this was, he tried, he approached 2 directors, again things had fizzled out, but his end goal was that this needs to be made. And I just felt, and things, it had already been 10 years, and he would read books. Like, I have a whole library only of Maharaj's books. Like,
Nice.
it's that much. And when someone is so into it, you feel that just tell them that I see this, it will just make them feel a little more confident about oneself, is what I feel. So I think I only did that part,
Okay.
just the catalyst to his belief, which he probably had in him, but he needed someone to, also say that I see it too. So
Right.
I think that's what happened with Raja Shivaji, and
Right.
I'm glad that he did it, because in any which ways we were producing it. Once he got into that creative zone of writing and directing it, initially Riteish was also producing it totally. Then
Okay.
I took on a little bit of that portion so that we
Not
could
little
make.
bit.
So
Thankfully, she took she took every bit of it.
so that we could see it form into what it is today.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Since she said you have all these books, yes, firstly, every part of Shivaji Maharaj's life is a story. How do you decide कि मैं जो फिल्म बनाऊंगा उसमें मैं ये एपिसोड डालूंगा, या तो वॉर फिल्म बन सकती है, या तो उनके अलग फिल्म बन सकती है उनके बारे में. What did you decide? How did you shortlist that?
नहीं, जब हम छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के बारे में सोचते हैं तो जैसे आपने बिल्कुल सही कहा कि बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, बहुत सारे पहलू हैं उनके बारे में जिनके ऊपर एक अलग ही फिल्म बन सकती है. वॉर के ऊपर अलग फिल्म बन सकती है, उनके एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के ऊपर एक अलग फिल्म बन सकती है, उनके स्ट्रैटेजी पर अलग फिल्म बन सकती है, या एक इवेंट पर ही आप ठहराव के साथ एक अलग फिल्म बना सकते हो. तो ऑफ कोर्स बहुत सारी फिल्में बन सकती है. महाराज की जो ख्याति है, जो उन्होंने अचीव किया है ज़िंदगी में, अगर उसको एक शिल्प की तरह देखा जाए तो हमारे सामने वो पहाड़ जितना बड़ा है, और उसको कोई भी दुनिया का ऐसा कोई पर्दा नहीं है जो उसको न्याय दे पाए. तो जब मैं ये इनके बारे में ऐसा सोचता हूँ, मुझे लगता है कि कोई भी डायरेक्टर, दिग्दर्शक ऐसी कोई भी कलाकृति नहीं बना पाएगा जो उन्होंने अपने ज़िंदगी में कमाया है, किया है, उसको न्याय हम नहीं दे पाएंगे. हम सिर्फ ऐसे, मुझे लगता है कि अगर ये मूर्ति आपके सामने है, विशाल मूर्ति, और अगर उसके सामने अगर 10 आर्टिस्ट को बिठाया जाए जो बहुत ही फेमस आर्टिस्ट हो अपने दौर के, चाहे वो राजा रवि वर्मा हो, चाहे एम एफ हुसैन हो, चाहे पिकासो हो, या कोई और हो, अपने अपने दृष्टिकोण से वो एक ऐसा चित्र बनाएंगे जो हर एक चित्र से बिल्कुल अलग होगा, लेकिन फिर भी वो अपने आप में शिवाजी महाराज का ही चित्र होगा. तो मुझे लगता है कि आज तक जो फिल्में बनी हैं या बनाई गई है अपने अपने दृष्टिकोण से अलग अलग है, लेकिन जब हम ये सोचते कि हम कौन सी फिल्म बनाएंगे, जब हम उसको पूरी तरह अगर देखते हैं उनके कार्य को, तो ऐसा लगता है कि शुड वी जस्ट मेक अ फिल्म ऑन द एंटायर लाइफ. इट्स not that it's not possible, but it won't do justice. तो सिर्फ एपिसोड एक चलेगा तो उसका मतलब नहीं है. तो हमने जब सोचा कि फिर क्या बनाए, तो सबसे पहले प्रश्न यही था, और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट प्रश्न यही था कि जब शिवाजी महाराज का जन्म हुआ, वो कब हुआ, क्यों हुआ, उसी वक्त क्यों हुआ, और उस जन्म का इतना इम्पोर्टेंस क्यों है. वो जन्म उस समय की पुकार थी, वो काल था. जैसे हम कृष्ण जन्म की बात करते हैं, तो उसी समय उसी वक्त वही होना बहुत ज़रूरी था, क्योंकि वो परिवर्तन लाने वाला जन्म था। इसीलिए जब हम शिव जन्म की बात करते हैं तो ये उसी समय, उसी वक्त, उसी जगह, उसी कोख में होना बहुत ज़रूरी था, क्योंकि आगे जाके वो परिवर्तन लाने वाला एक महान व्यक्ति होने वाला है। तो ये शिव जन्म उस वक्त की पुकार थी, उस अंधेरे की पुकार थी, जहाँ पर उसका जवाब एक सूरज की किरण था, और वो आवाज़ था छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज। सो जब इसकी नींव थी तो ये फिल्म की नींव थी कि यहाँ पर हम शुरुआत करेंगे। और ये जब फिल्म हम बात करते हैं तो ये सिर्फ जितनी ये फिल्म छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज के बारे में है, उतनी ही उस परिवार के बारे में भी है। उतनी ही एक कहानी उनके पिता शाहजी महाराज की है, उतनी ही कहानी उनकी माता राजमाता जिजाबाई माँ साहब की है, उतनी ही कहानी बहुत सारे लोगों को ये पता नहीं है कि शिवाजी महाराज के सगे बड़े भाई भी थे जिनका नाम संभाजी राजे था। उतनी ही एक कहानी दो भाइयों की भी है। तो ये दौर जो शिवबा, जो बच्चा है शिवबा से शिवाजी राजे, और जब वो व्यक्ति राजा शिवाजी, प्रजा का राजा, जनता का राजा, लोगों का राजा, शिवाजी राजा कहलाते हैं, ये वो दौर है। राजा शिवाजी से छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज, ये कहानी और ये कुछ और है। पर जो फिल्म हम बना रहे हैं या हमने बनाई है, जो कहानी हम बताना चाहते हैं, वो शिवबा से लेकर राजा शिवाजी, ये इस जर्नी की कहानी है।
Wow, can't wait. The way you explain, I just cannot wait. You tell me, when you tell him, when you give him that push, what is he like? Because इतने type के directors, जब भी कोई भी, to be fair to everyone, कोई भी direct करता है, there's so much on them. They lose their temper. Everybody has phases. There's the creative zone when they go into. What is he like when he's taking all these roles?
I think he just doesn't have to be disturbed. So I think the only time I'm more mature than Riteish is the time that he's directing, because I just don't call him. I don't. I know that he'll call me. So whenever he's done, honestly, I really don't bug Riteish. I don't like if he's working. I say that okay, that's mature, and you're mature enough to call me when you're done with your job. There's no point in me going on. But speaking about his temperament, I think Riteish's biggest asset is the fact that he has a great temperament. He deals with highs, he deals with lows, he deals with stress, he deals with nervousness, all in the same line. So there's not like,
up and down.
Yeah, and I often kid with him and I tell him that you can do so much because I take on the rest.
That's true.
But I don't think there's a single person that I've met who has this kind of graph of a temperament, because he really is like, it's 14 days before the release. He's not just an actor, right? He's a director,
producer.
And it's a lot at this point of time. It's time consuming. It's it's like you're taking a lot of decisions that eventually get your audience to that. It's a lot of time that you need with yourself. So it could turn into terrible losing of tempers. But we have just never ever seen it with Riteish. Like we've never ever seen.
Right. You were always like that, or you learned on the way ki better to be calm and.
No, I think I am someone who usually takes stress in a very calm way. But I think directing. No domestic issues here in this interview. So I just feel that there are numerous amount of challenges that we faced while making this movie.
Sure,
It wasn't easy, and there were times where we thought this probably it's not destined to happen. Twice over it just fizzled out. And then when it had to happen, it happened in such a way that everything just came into being to make it happen.
And it was spontaneous. The moment he decided, eventually decided to direct it, it just all
Fell in
happened.
place.
Like
Amazing.
Fell in place.
we started shooting in a span of like 4 months, you know, which for such a big film, it's a big thing to just like suddenly have it.
Yeah.
And we are waiting for it for 10 years,
Yeah.
you know. So I feel sometimes there are these signs that, that, you know, just, I mean, good, bad, ugly, we don't know. But I just feel that this film was made as everybody on crew who came on was a team player, wanted to make that film, wanted from the bottom of their hearts to, and it wasn't some, you know, it wasn't about, oh, I'm doing this, or, you know, it wasn't that kind of hierarchy. It was just, I want to be present.
Want to be present. Nice. Right. Ritesh, you know, first tell me about the look. What all went into getting this look? What was your first reaction?
No, I think, you know, a lot of research, a lot of trying to make it as genuine as possible. But at the same time, we made sure that we're not trying to overdo it. Let's not oversell it. That was very important. But at the same time, thanks to Genelia, we had Santosh Sivan sir as the cinematographer. And when he came on board, and I'm an architect, so, you know, for me, proportions, color palettes really matter a lot.
Right.
And we had Nikhil Kovle on board as a production design. Shashank Tere also was there, Apurva was there. So, you know, a lot of meetings. See, it's just not, I'm not talking about look of the character, but I'm just talking about look of the film itself.
Right.
That we really felt that we want to sense a certain amount of tactile quality. That was very important. How will this real locations or maybe even sets that we built, because a lot of forts right now are inhabitable.
Right.
So we had to recreate those things. But also Santosh sir was very keen that we should sense and feel the weather, the tactile feel of, and there is a period in the film where there is monsoon and there's water for almost 20 minutes of the film. So the whole sequence is just raining. It's just raining, and it's raining in the camp, on the fort, while you're traveling. So you just feel. I want people to feel that it's just water all around them, and this whole drama around water. So that kind of tactile feeling, and we are working on the sound design of it currently. So a wholesome experience is something that I don't want to talk about just look of Shivaji Maharaj, but just trying to get the era, just trying to get the feel of it. We're trying our best.
Right. What was your imagination if he plays Shivaji Maharaj?
No, I mean, I see Riteish is very good with certain things. He will not be okay with, you know, a lot of things unless he's satisfied. So I think that kind of trust was always there with him. Like, you know, it's always something that he would get his world into being a place that he felt you know, most apt and most correct. But I do think we did do a couple of you know, screen tests before he was totally satisfied, and you know, we did get him to look like someone who's with the mountains, and you know, we did try our best to. He was very particular because, you know, the age group between the two brothers also is like an 8-year difference, and he was very particular that they needed to look that kind of difference. So every time we would show him someone who was in that, you know, age group, he would be like, no, but I need the age difference to be seen in the height also. And then even when it was the whole track of you know, Afzal Khan and Maharaj, he wanted those dynamics to be correct. So so I think something that you can totally and completely say about Riteish is he's not anal for the sake of being anal. Like, he won't just trouble you and say, you know, I need this, I need he'll understand your point of view. Like when I was part of the costumes, Riteish is an architect, so like sets is his joy, like, you know, when he does that. But when the styling team and the costume team sat together, he would keep asking them, and each of these people, whether it was hair, makeup, whether it was costume, whether it was set, they had all done a whole lot of research themselves. They visited all the museums here, you know, something that we didn't think they would do, but they went around to each museum. They went around to
Rishi Manushi, they really,
Rishi Manushi,
NAF, they really,
yeah, they went down into thinking. Santosh sir, like he wanted different seasons to be felt there. So I think when you have a team, Nikhil Kohli, there were days that I would be like, you know, come on, I have actors date now, figure it out, I need the setup, you know, like, but there was never no.
Right.
Like, you know, whether even Purnima, secondary cast, there was there was never a no. My production EP, it was all like, we'll do it, we'll find a way.
Intention of everybody was the same.
And the strangest part was we had the longest monsoon last year. So every time we planned an outdoor, I had to cancel it.
Yeah.
So it was...
Right. Riteish, you know, what kind of a responsibility is this? Because what I'm asking is, एक generation के लिए, say your kids age group generation, when a film does well, you become that face. For them, every time ये Shivaji Maharaj है, you know, you become that, you know, people identify you as, we identify actors who played Ram, Sita, everyone. What kind of, you know, you will be that guy after this film releases and does well for a lot of people. Do you ever think like that? Because it is a...
You know, I'll tell you one thing. I've never thought about it. I do, and she'll be. She knows
Never
the truth.
ever.
I have never ever, not even for one day, I have thought of it. Till you ask me this question, I don't even have that thought, and I don't want to be that. You know, I truly, if people ever watch this film, and I hope they do, I mean, watch it, and I hope that they see the, with kind of care and utmost respect, we've tried to make this film.
Right.
I just wish that they take away the story.
Right.
And they imagine the Shivaji Maharaj that they want to imagine. It's not about me.
Right.
I rather not be the face of this. That is not my intention. I just want that they take the spirit of the man that has achieved so much, and they close their eyes and probably imagine themselves in there, you know, or imagine whoever they feel like, or have their own imagination of what Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj is or would have been like.
Right.
And he's far bigger, far greater. I'm no one in front of it. I don't want to be part of their imagination of whatever. Yes, I am playing a part of it, but truly, more than anything, I just hope and wish that they truly see the spirit of the man and what he was able to achieve.
Right. What do you want kids to, when they watch this, a new generation will watch it, and for them this will be the first time maybe they'll be watching it. What should they take away?
No, I definitely think it's very important for them to know the story of this amazing warrior king that, you know, they should know it. They should. For me, like, and for Riteish as well, it was always very clear that we wanted that audience to come and see that, you know, all these kids. And Riteish is a great storyteller. So he would, like, before he started writing and before he started, he would tell these little instances, you know, incidents of Maharaj's life to my kids and their friends. And all of them would be like, you know, glued to what he was saying. So then you realize that they want to know. Maybe we're not giving it enough to them, you know. So, so I would definitely want them to, you know, wholeheartedly look at this in that light, for sure.
Right. You know, since you all are the producers also, till Chhaava came and did well, there was उसके पहले काफ़ी समय तक ऐसी फिल्म नहीं आई थी. लोग सोचते थे लोग थिएटर जाएंगे, वायलेंस देखेंगे, ऐसा कुछ देखेंगे. Then that film came and did very well. Does that give you some, you know, satisfaction and encouragement that when you make, and Tanaji also earlier did well, that people want to watch these stories? Is that a message that you have got from the audience?
No, I just feel that be it Tanaji, be it Chhaava, they were very well made films. They were well performed, they were well directed, and there were stories that people were waiting to watch. I just feel that people want to watch good stories and about the heroes that this land has given birth to, and heroes that have really contributed, and their stories that truly inspire them in whichever way. So I really took that if there is a story of a personality, of a hero that inspires you to watch, people will come, is the feeling that I have. Yes, when people do come and watch at such large numbers and come and watch this film, it definitely gives you a certain strength, a certain belief that there are people out there who would want to watch a film of this genre. And today when we make a movie like this, we just hope that there are enough people who would feel and want to watch this film. And that's
But
about it.
when he watched Tanaji and when he was Chhaava, he had so much pride.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
you know, like it was his film. He was like, I'm glad these. And Riteish is someone who generally has this.
Feels for the.
He generally feels this way. He's not one of those, you know, in the industry who will sit and be like,
Correct.
you know, dissecting. If a film has worked and if a film has gone out there, he's as happy as you know probably the makers of that film. So I think, and I think that's the only way to make films.
Right.
You know,
True. Yeah. He absolutely feels for it. You know, I was telling someone before you all came that I have personally enjoyed everything that you all have made.
Thank you.
You know, that really is a fact. And what is happening outside is the audience's taste is changing by every film. Every Friday now, y'all are the first big film that's coming after the Dhurandhar wave.
Yeah.
And people say कि अब audience बिगड़ चुका है, उनको यही quality चाहिए. Y'all obviously, y'all were always making good quality films. But does this play around on your mind as producers of a film, as someone who's put in so much money, time, effort, love? कि यार ये ऑडियंस को प्लीज करने के लिए क्या क्या करना पड़ेगा?
No, I think one has to be really cognizant of the changes happening around you.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot blind yourself to the changes. And when something really works, and something as fantastic as Dhurandhar 1 or Dhurandhar 2, and there is a different narrative, different stories, telling style, different approach, and a new hero, new kind of a hero. So it's always welcome, right?
Yeah.
You feel thrilled about it. But I just feel that, having said that, our audience is so vast. And if there is a good story, they will come out and watch it and celebrate that too.
Yeah.
So one cannot, like, if there is a particular film, I think it will be really limited on our part to think that only this kind of stories or this kind of stuff is going to work, because when Dhurandhar came in, it was one of its kind, right? It came there. When Sayyara came in, it was one of its kind there.
Yeah.
So if you look at films that have really worked, the kind of business Dhurandhar has done, no one thought that this film would do that. Of course, success and big success. When Chhaava came in, no one thought that it would do this kind of business for that genre.
True.
When Sayyara came, no one. So eventually, all these films have set benchmarks for themselves, and also it goes to prove that, look at the larger picture. Like, we have audience who would love all these kind of cinemas.
That's true. Yeah.
So we shouldn't limit ourselves to think that, okay, audience will like only this kind
only
of film.
this, yeah.
If you think that it's a good film and people have loved it, people will come and watch it.
Nice. You also play a role in this.
Yeah.
What is that day like when both of you, he's directing? You all have done that before.
Yeah,
but,
we have done that before. Ritesh, as a director, if I'm acting opposite him and he's not happy with me, he'll start showing it. Like, he makes these
You understand it first.
Yeah, I'm like, stop it, I'm your actor now. But no, it's great being directed by him.
Yeah.
I think it's always nice to have a director who's so clear, right? Like, and also gives you the liberty of doing things in your way. I think one of Ritesh's amazing qualities is that he lets actors own it. And he directs them around what he wants. So he doesn't put them in a cage and say, I only want this. Like, we did discuss how I would play it and how I would not play it. And he was very clear on what he did. The rest, he makes you responsible for what you play.
Right.
So I think when someone gives you, it's always like that in every field. When someone puts their trust in you, then you don't want to disappoint. And do it to the best of your ability.
Right. You know, ask anyone outside and they will say that she's magical on camera.
Oh my God. You have to watch this film.
I have to watch this film. Right. No, what I was asking is that, I mean, we all see just that much. What is that biggest strength that you think Genelia has as an actor?
I think her conviction and her belief and her understanding of her craft. There are, see, what makes lines magical is not how you deliver it, but when you deliver it. What is that pause? Is it 1 second too late? Is it right? The feeling in your eyes, the sparkle, the pain, the happiness, and understanding of your like she'll make sure that her eyes are seen properly, because she knows that don't shy away from showing your eyes. Eyes are the strength of an actor. That's what people connect with. That is the clear understanding that she has. And whenever she does, I remember there was a scene I was doing. It's a very emotional scene in the second half. And it was the first take. It was a long take. We walk, and I'm supposed to be slightly teary but not cry. And when she did that scene, I started weeping while acting. I couldn't stop myself. And I was like, because I was acting, her camera's on, and throughout my shot I'm crying. I said, I have ruined my shot because I can't use this close up. But I'm in the moment.
Correct.
And everyone on the set couldn't stop crying.
Amazing.
So I just thought that day, and I remember that particular day we were shooting a temple. That setting, it had just rained. It was just a magical moment. There's one of those moments where you feel that it was a truly blessed day for that sequence, and the way she performed, it was just magical.
Amazing. You all have made this with above everything with good intent and the right intent. That's above everything. So best of luck. Please show us well in time. We really can't wait.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Rohit. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.